Save Santa's Home, written by Presant and Andrew Slack. Read by Nell Teare. Christmas was coming to Popcorn String Place. The kids planned to meet Santa Claus face to face. They set up like spies with snacks up each sleeve. They hoped to meet Santa on this Christmas Eve. Janet brought cookies. Carlos brought punch. Bobby brought sandwiches in case Santa missed lunch. Ming brought a camera with a big giant lens to get pictures of Santa to share with their friends. As midnight approached, a sled flew through the air. But something was wrong. Santa Claus was not there. There were magical elves, Mrs. Claus, and reindeer. But where's Santa? Ming asked. Why isn't he here? He's at the North Pole, the elves said. He's alone. The North Pole got hot, and it's melting our home. If you kids have some time, Mrs. Claus said with a smile, could you come to the pole and help out for a while? Yes, cried Carlos, Janet, and Ming, but Bobby said, sorry, we can't do a thing. We could fall off the sled and land in a zoo. Besides, we're just kids. We don't know what to do. Just kids, Mrs. Claus said. Why, look at yourselves. You're at least twice as tall as the tallest of elves. As for you falling out as we soar over streets, that really can't happen. We have special seats. So they flew through the night, over sea, over land, to the snowy North Pole where they'd all lend a hand. Santa's home had no roof. It had all melted in. If it melted much more, they would all have to swim. The Earth's getting warmer, Santa said with a fright, because monsters are doing some stuff that's not right. Then onto his head crawled Slushie the Bear, whose mom drifted away and no one knew where. You can all help us find her, Santa whispered to Janet. And on the way there, you can help save the planet. The kids said, whoopee, and climbed in the sled, into seats that were bouncy as the bounciest bed. Santa explained as they flew past the moon, the monsters are coming. We'll battle them soon. Bobby objected and said with alarm, Santa, we're kids. We have very small arms. Santa just smiled and said, kids, do not dread. You're kids who arrived in a magical sled. As they flew round the world, Santa said magic words like rappity, flurget, and bliggity blurg. All of the kids looked on with delight as the candy canes turned into tools for the fight. They were big magic wands, glowing red, glowing white. They lit up the sky. What a magical night. Bobby was worried. Was it enough? He was sure that the monsters would be very tough. Don't worry, said Santa. It'll be lots of fun. Meet the rest of our team, the wind and the sun. The first monster they faced was the tree eater, Cruncher, who ate all the trees like a giant tree muncher. We must save the trees, cried Slushie the Bear. They grow fruit, they house birds, and they clean all the air. Bobby and Ming waved their canes at the beast. Cruncher burped a big no, and his tree crunching ceased. Look, Carlos said as the sled swung around. What once was a big jungle was now open ground. I know what to do, Santa said with a shout. Grab the big giant stocking and pour it all out. Ming was confused. Candy's not what we need. But the big magic stocking was filled full of seeds. The wind blew the seeds all over the ground. Then the sun made them grow as a rainstorm poured down. We've got one monster down, Santa said, 'cause of you. But just up ahead, I see big monster too. It was the smog monster Coffer. He was all full of ash. He was made out of smoke from the cars and the trash. I'll melt Santa's home, Coffer coughed as he blew a big cloud of smoke that was orange, black, and blue. I found some new spells, Ming said with a laugh. Cried, recycla bazinga, and the trash cut in half. Then Carlos and Janet, their candy canes drawn, said, carpool-a-booble, and the traffic was gone. Coffer tried to keep coughing, but to his surprise, with a big puffy poof, he was now half his size. You'll never defeat me, Coffer said. I will stay. Then in came the wind. and blew him away. That made 2 monsters gone, but up next were some ghouls, a dangerous group Santa called Fossil Fools. The fools came right at them. They flew really fast. They were monsters of coal and oil and gas. With a wave of hurricane, Ming said, "Fossils be gone!" Janet yelled to the sun, "Solar power, turn on!" The fossil fools shrieked and went back underground. Then from far down below, they heard a faint sound. "Over there," Slushee said, pointing down to the sea. "It's my mother. She's there and she's waving at me." "Here we come," Santa yelled as they swooped through the haze. Mama Bear said, "Hooray! I've been drifting for days." The ice she was on melted thin and it cracked, but now she was safe and she climbed in the back. "Hold on tight," Santa sang as he smiled at the crew. "We'll be home before long and we've much work to do." When they got to the pole, the elves threw a parade. The monsters were gone. Santa's home had been saved. With Cruncher and Coffer and the fools gone away, the air was now cold. There was snow on the way. It snowed and it snowed. They rebuilt Santa's home, just as big as before, with a huge light-up dome. Ming took her camera and pointed the lens. This was the picture they'd share with their friends. His house now rebuilt, a smile on his face, Santa took the kids back to Popcorn String Place. He landed so gently there wasn't a sound. Then he signaled to Rudolph to turn them around. "Wait," Bobby cried. "Santa, don't leave us, please. If the monsters come back, they will eat all the trees. Cruncher and Coffer and those mean fossil fools. Without your sled magic, we won't have the tools." "Oh, children," Santa said, "let's not be so glum. You've misunderstood where the magic comes from." "The magic," he told them, "is not in the sled. The magic is yours, in your heart and your head. You and your friends, the kids reading this book, have access to magic. You just have to look. Your new friend the sun can create solar power, and your buddy the wind turns windmills by the hour. All of nature's your friend. It's all on your side, as we float on this planet that's so big and wide. Now we have to take off and soar through the clouds. But here's something to do to make us all proud. Tell the sun that you love him. Thank the wind and the air. Learn science in school and tell grown-ups you care. Plant plants and recycle and turn off the lights. Carpool, close the fridge, and then, in the night, close your eyes, go to sleep. It's going to be great as you dream of the world that you're going to create.